Remember when they said deportation would never happen to them? You remember when Somalis are saying they can never be deported? Well, something just happened in Minnesota. Some Somali immigrants openly said they were worried about deportation, and I'm surprised. They said they had rights, they had protection. No American citizen would remove them from Minnesota. And some events went as far as trying to claim that Minnesota belongs to them. As how? How is Minnesota yours, Somalis? As deportation become a possibility, some African countries are no longer eager to accept them in their countries. In some situations, government push back or delay accepting people who have left countries many years ago. Watch this clip carefully because when we come back, we need to talk about what was said. But before we go further, my name is Faith and you're welcome back to Chats with Faith. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a conversation. And as always, credit goes to the original creators for every single clip used in this episode. This video is for educational purposes and awareness. It is not meant to hate or discriminate against anyone. The goal is to discuss real challenges and perspective openly and respectfully. So let's dive in.
Islam's coming to America.
Islam's coming to America?
Yeah, it's coming.
Wait, is this going to be
One day America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country.
Really?
Tell Trump.
That's never going to happen.
Yes, it will
That is
happen.
never going to happen.
God is powerful.
It's never going to
God,
Is that what you want?
God is powerful.
Is that what everybody here wants? You want to see a
That's
Muslim
what
country?
we are.
This is all I know.
I was only 3 years old when I came, and this is my home, and this has got to stop.
I'm not scared. So I'm citizen. I'm happy. I'm United States. I brought up America. I'm happy. So why you asking me? Some guys asking me, give me basmati, give me a green card. Why? Why you asking me?
Almost every Somali person living here is a citizen.
There's more than 100,000 Somalis in Minnesota. Roughly 84,000 reside in the metro. The journey from Somalia started decades ago.
My family immigrated here to Minneapolis, to Minnesota in 1993. As my father says, we came to a cold place, but we found people with warm hearts.
My parents wanted to provide us a good opportunity for us to chase after that American dream, right?
Many fleeing from civil war, crossing continents for a chance to build something, a chance for their children. For Sumaya Mahmoud, her parents' struggle paved the way for her to shine. Despite the rhetoric, she's grateful to be Somali and American.
One thing they taught me was resilience and not letting, other people's perception of you limit what you can do for yourself. I was born in Kenya, and then I grew up here, started kindergarten, K through 12, all the way up to college here in Minnesota.
Thousands of Somalians living in Minnesota are currently deported from United States of America. But before this mass deportation began, something happened. I want you to first of all pay attention and see these people's mindset from their own statement and judge for yourself whether they deserve to remain in America or be deported. Because the number one criteria or the qualification for any individual to remain in a country is to be a law-abiding citizen. You must give maximum respect and regard to the Constitution or the law of the land for you to be in that land. Otherwise, you are not qualified to be in that country in the first place. Listen.
During an interview, some Somalians living in Minnesota said they prefer Sharia law over American law. This has caused some Americans to express concerns about the difference in legal preferences.
Neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. Sharia law, yes. I'm a Muslim, I prefer Sharia law.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah. Now this is where it gets interesting. She was asked whether it is right to punish someone who insults Prophet Muhammad. Listen carefully to what she said.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority,
The authority to do that.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she is just she hates the religion. I understand, but she shouldn't beat up the prophet.
Now this is why some Americans were not happy with the statement they made. People feel that if you're living in someone else's country, a country that welcomed you, offered you safety, freedom, and opportunities, then it's expected that you follow that country's laws. That's what some Americans find frustrating. They believe that while everyone should be free to practice their beliefs, the laws of the land should still apply. Others have a calmer view. They say this doesn't need to cause conflict. If someone feels that American law doesn't align with their beliefs, then perhaps the best thing is to live in their home country, in this case, Somalia. where they can practice Sharia law peacefully without interfering with anyone else. So here's the question for you. Do you think people should be allowed to follow Sharia law in the community where they live, or should they follow the laws of the country they're living in? This is for educational purposes. Note hate. Every opinion is accepted.
If American law is not acceptable to you as a Muslim, why don't you remain in Muslim country rather than going over there to cause trouble? Remain in Muslim country where you can practice Sharia law and enjoy it. But they say no. They all prefer to live in non-Sharia country. But when they go over there, they keep making problem. All right, we want to send you back to the place where you will practice Sharia law. Now, watch and see what will happen.
Out the way, boys, out the way. I think I live here 20 years.
We'll talk about it downtown. Keep moving.
My grandchildren at home. I was going to the
Sir,
store.
watch your head getting in.
Please.
Head down.
You
Step.
see, they don't want to go back to their countries. They don't want to go back to their countries where they can practice Sharia law freely without any disturbance. What precisely does Muslims want? If I may ask you, what exactly does Muslims want? They don't want to live in their Sharia country. They want to live in non-Sharia country like America and UK. And they will not enter there and remain quiet. They will enter there and still want to impose Sharia law on them. The same thing that destroyed the place where they left. The same thing that destroyed their home. They want to impose it on others. So, in other words, what Islam is doing is this. Moving from desert, destroying a green land, and when they have eventually destroyed that green land, they will look for another green land to enter. Going and destroying. Jesus Christ said that the enemy only came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And by their fruit you shall know them. The world needs to open their eyes to the words of Jesus Christ, that these are words of wisdom. By their fruit you shall know them. If you want peace for the world, avoid Islam. We love Muslims, but that radical ideology, that pathetic ideology is not acceptable to me and to the world. For peace, you must do away with that pathetic ideology.
Breaking news, the UAE has just released its 2026 visa ban list, and guess who's on it? Somalia. Somalis are now blocked from applying for UAE tourist visas and work permits, alongside Afghanistan, Libya, Yemen, Sudan, and a few others. But here's what's interesting. Israel is not on the ban list, and neither is Somaliland. So Somalia, a whole nation, gets shut out, while Israel, despite all the global controversies, still has the door open. It makes you wonder, why is Somalia always the one paying the price? Drop your thoughts below.
We have suffering sons starting for us. We wanna, whoever bring over here, we wanna they pay. Only that's what I'm saying. And I'm asking our governor and our state. We are taxpayer. We need pay back whatever they committed us. Thank you very much.
File your paperwork. Good luck. I mean, if it's any consolation, we were waiting, what, 250 years? Wear some soft shoes and a comfortable belt. You brought something to read, I hope, because this may take a while.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
But it is not only Kenya that deports Somali refugees. Saudi Arabian authorities had by March this year repatriated more than 12,000 Somali refugees. Mohammed Hirmungi, CCTV.
I can feel it in the air.
Yo, Minnesota was promised to us Somalis 3,000 years ago. And if you disagree, you're an anti-Kushite bigot and you need help immediately. Also, if you read Genesis 12:3, it says that those who bless Somalis will be blessed, and those who try to harm them will bring harm upon themselves. I didn't say that. Genesis 12:3. Just saying.
The state of Minnesota is the home of the Somali people, in which it fulfills its natural, cultural, religious, and historical right to self-determination.
A lot of white nationalists are really upset about Somali immigration to Minnesota for some reason. But the thing is, Minnesota is the homeland of the Somali people, and it was promised to us 3,000 years ago. In fact, one of the founding documents of the state of Minnesota is literally codifying into law that Somali people have self-determination on that land. As it states very plainly in the basic law in Minnesota, the land of Minnesota is the historical homeland of the Somali people, in which the state of Minnesota was established. The state of Minnesota is the home of the Somali people, in which it fulfills its natural, cultural, religious, and historical right to self-determination. The right to exercise self-determination in the state of Minnesota is unique to the Somali people. The state views the development of Somali settlement as a national value and will act to encourage and promote its establishment and consolidation. So that's the end of the debate. The only people who have the right to self-determination in Minnesota are Somalis. Somalis have a cultural tie to the land. It was promised to us 3,000 years ago, and we have the right to go back to our homeland. If anybody wants to help me pay for Aliyah to my homeland, please help me out.
The name Minnesota actually stems from two Somali words. One being Minan, which comes from the southern dialect of Somalia, which means home. And the second is Sota, which is like, Sota, there she is. Home, there she is, Minnesota. So technically, we actually are the nation.
A $250 million fraud scheme. Already 77 people, many of them Somali immigrants, have been charged in one of the largest taxpayer-funded scams in U.S. history. Minnesota, home to the largest Somali community in America, has become the center of this massive investigation. This is the Feeding Our Future scandal, a pandemic-era scheme in which defendants allegedly stole over $250 million meant to provide meals for low-income children. Instead of feeding kids, prosecutors say the money went toward luxury homes, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas transfers, and an entire network of shell companies. According to the DOJ, the conspirators submitted fake invoices, fabricated meal counts, and even staged photos to make it look like they were serving millions of meals that never existed. In some cases, they claimed to feed more children than lived in entire neighborhoods. A federal jury found Amy Bach, the founder of Feeding Our Future, and Salim Ahmed Saeed guilty of conspiracy, bribery, wire fraud, money laundering. Federal officials say more arrests may still be coming.
What we are seeing right now in Minnesota isn't just a policy issue. It's a moment that shows how complicated immigration, integration, and community tension really are. These debates go far beyond laws and papers. They're about how people adapt, how communities coexist, and how accountability and responsibility play out in every role. The same Somali who come and brag and drag that they will take over Minnesota and nothing will happen. They are the same people that ran away from their country. They are refugees in America now. And they are the same people that are choosing Sharia law over American law. How is that possible? How can you be in one's country and you're choosing your own law that made you to leave your country over the person's law? They will literally tell you Sharia law is better than American law, but you left your country. The same Sharia law that destroyed your country, you left it and you came to a Christian country and you're bragging that you're going to bring your own law to that country. How does that make sense? Different interviews, countless interviews, and when you ask them, they will tell you, yeah, we want Sharia law. Like, That same thing you flew away from your country, that same thing that drained generation and ancestors, that same thing that made you to move, you still want it? Like in another man's country, in a land built by another person, in a land built and nurtured by Black Americans, you want to bring Sharia law to it. It can't be possible. It can never be possible. And the worst thing here, even some Somalis that were born in America, they have been in America for so long, they can't speak America fluently. They can't speak American language fluently because they are trying to still adapt that their Somalian thing in their life. They are still trying to adapt and to feel that, oh, this is their country. They do whatever they want to do. But you can't do that in Somalia. You can't. Why? That's why a lot of people are happy. That's why a lot of people are happy that they are getting deported, because these people, they have done a lot. Somalians have done a lot. They have done more harm than good. And a lot of Americans, white Americans and Black Americans, are tired. Even some immigrants are tired of them. They are tired of their excesses. They are tired of everything that concerns Somalis. And everyone is waiting for March 17. Yes, there have been a lot of people in my comment section have been hitting and hammering and saying March 17. So we really want to know what's going to happen in March 17. We all are waiting for March 17. And the question is, will they really be deported? Or will there still be a new saga during this March 17? We'll see to that. If this video made you think, and if you feel you have a lot of things to share with us, kindly like this video, comment your thoughts respectfully, and share. Don't forget to turn your notification bell so you never miss a further conversation. See you in my next video.